Hey guys, it's your boy Vinny, and welcome back to another Spam Tatics video. This video will be Bloon Impacts and Bloon Crunch, and you can't really start with the bomb tower and continue it. You die on round 8 or 9. So I started with a sub that I'm going to submerge later on, just so it doesn't deal any damage. Um, the early game is not that hard because sub is really good and can basically solo until round 14 or 15, or even maybe even more. But I just got a bomb tower and I'm going to get Etienne as early as I can so I can have a camo detection and just more damage, and so he gets more XP. And then I'm going to save up to get a Bloon Crush. And the bomb tower is really good for grouped bloons, and when it gets the stun it actually becomes really good because it can even pop black balloons and stun a lot of ceramics. It has a high pierce, the explosion, so not only it deals a pretty good amount of damage, but it stuns, which is probably the best part of it. And the fact that it can stun in area is really powerful. So I submerged my sub now so it doesn't steal any pops, and I just got Bloon Impact, the first one, and I think that these two towers really complement each other. Like, Etienne has a pretty good Moab damage and it gives camo detection, and Bloon Crush stuns and deals with all the leads that Etienne can't deal very well. As you can see here, we stun all of these ceramics and easily pop all of them. Blacks and zebras are not a problem. And we just save money. And after I recorded the video, I discovered that these placements that I put isn't the best, because Etienne and Bloon Crush is actually a 2TC if you have co-op money. So with the sub start I could have won with just Etienne and Bloon Crush, but there would have to be a better positioning and a little bit of micro. And Spam Tatics is just to kind of test out the limits of each tower, what each tower is good at and bad at. And well, Bloon Crush is good at everything that is not the BAD, because it deals tons of damage. Not tons of damage, but it stuns, so it locks everything in place, meaning that it can deal how much damage it needs to do for it to pop, because it can't move, and it stuns Moabs, it stuns BFBs, ZMGs, DDTs, Fortifieds, Ceramics, pops blacks, so it stuns literally everything. I lose here on 57, but I just need a little better ability micro. I just use my abilities better. And I am 40k, I'm almost getting it. I'm like 10k short of Bloon Crush, or 20k short of Bloon Crush, and 60 is easy. 61 is a little bit hard because there are a lot of balloons, and that ends up hitting the pierce cap on the Bloon Impact. And we don't have enough Moab damage even with Etienne, because UCAV ends up timing out at the start of it, so we don't have the UCAV to deal damage to the Moabs. But adding one more Bloon Impact is enough to deal with it. 62 is pretty hard because of the fortified Moabs, but we end up losing to it, and I think it's just a better ability macro again. The problem with some of these towers is that they're usually not that good against Moabs, so you need to have a pretty good ability timing to deal with them. 63 is pretty easy because the only problem ends up being the Pierce cap. We actually lose because of the Pierce cap, so I just need to get more so it doesn't hit the Pierce cap and we can stun every single ceramic. As you can see, one more Bloon Impact already made such a big difference that they don't even go through the second bend. 64 has a lot of Moabs, but we deal with it. Etienne is our Moab popping power. And from now on it's just using our abilities, and if we can't deal with a round, even with good ability timing, I will put more Bloon Impacts. And the thing is that to save time, you shouldn't put Bloon Impact too far away from the other tower's range, because you can just stun a super ceramic forever and it'll just not deal any damage because it's stunned there. No other tower is dealing damage, so I had to be very careful. That's why I'm putting all of the Bloon Impacts more at the back of it, so I save a little bit of time. And that's why I put my my future Bloon Crush in the middle of the map, just so Etienne can still hit even when it is at the end of the range. This is going to be very important to save some minutes, because really like super hyper dense rounds like 96 and 98 take a while, because there are a lot of strong bloons that are just stunned. I lose on 75, I just put one or two more Bloon Impacts. The problem that we are having here is Moab damage. Since they don't really have Moab damage and they can't stun Moabs, Etienne is our full Moab damage, and it is just not enough. But by saving abilities, using it more or less second, we can do a little bit better. Etienne's abilities are really strong, and if you use them correctly, you can deal some insane amounts of damage against Moabs and Bloons in general. As you can see here, I lose again, so I decided to put one more Bloon Impact. I got pretty stuck on this round, and every time I'm getting close to getting Bloon Crush, I have to put more Bloon Impacts. But I think this is the last one that I put. I got everything now. Yeah, I got everything now. 5 Bloon Impacts is enough to deal with this. And 76, again, the only problem is a lot of Bloons, so the Pierce cap can be something, but we don't hit the Pierce cap yet. 78 is also not a big deal. Etienne giving camo detection, the last wave isn't so much. 79, there are a lot of regrow rainbows, and there are a lot of BFBs. So this ends up being a pretty hard round because a lot of Moabs and a lot of Bloons, so it can hit the Pierce cap, but we deal with it quite easily. And the ZMG has a lot of health. It's a big Moab class, and they don't stun. The Bloon Impact, it doesn't stun it, so it can be pretty scary because it goes really far. Basically only Etienne is doing damage. I'm using Etienne's abilities as soon as they are off cooldown, and we need to be very careful now because there are Super Ceramics and the Moabs get better, but I get Bloon Crush right on 81. So right now, I'm going to put more Bloon Impacts to make my life easier and faster. As you can see, Etienne is attacking because Etienne's range is slightly bigger than the Bloon Crush range. So there are no blimps that the Bloon Crush hits that Etienne doesn't. This saves a lot of time, because if Etienne the main Moab damage can't hit, it would just take ages for it to hit. So as you can see here, we are having a pretty easy time. It's just a long time because everything is stunned, but we are dealing damage to it. As you can see here, we can deal with everything because stun locks everything in place, and then Etienne just deals with the rest. And one of the best things is that it can pop blacks, so they can still deal damage and even stun DDTs. So we are not gonna have any trouble on something like 95, just the Pierce cap, but Logs is a really long map, and we don't need to worry about that because Bloon Crush has a pretty good range, and Logs is a big map, so it can stun all the way. As you can see, 93 was not hard, 94 is a pretty dense round, and here it is, 95, pretty easy, and we are dealing with it. I'm just placing more and more to deal more damage, and they're just dealing more damage and more damage. We pass through 98 quite easily, 99 is really easy too. I didn't even see 98, there was no problem with it. And now there is the problem, the BID has a lot of health and the Bloon Crush can't stun it. But Etienne deals a lot of damage, especially because he's on level 20, and level 20 has the permanent UCAV, so it has these global damage, and it goes really far. The BAD gets to the last bend and it's still alive, but we break it. DDTs are dead, and now there are just ZOMGs, and we perma stun them. They get into BFBs, we perma stun them until we win. So we actually won our first Spam Tatics finally, and I think I'm gonna have to redo some of them because of some changes that I just thought about. So yeah, I honestly think I might start bringing a little bit of different videos, because I'm just bringing Spam Tatics and 2 TCs. I might bring some different challenges, some different kinds of videos, maybe some co-op videos, maybe some daily challenges, or doing some challenges in the challenge browser. And I think I'm going to open my channel a little bit more. So I think this is it. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.